One Piece. Yeah.
RGC.
This is Josh's certified really good chapter of the week.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
You know what? Fuck it, it's mine too. I don't care.
Certified RGC.
I made a last minute decision.
Certified RGC.
I'm gonna go ahead and just say it. It's One Piece was my favorite, but it was an overall less interesting week in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, this is a pretty regular week in manga, honestly. I wouldn't say it was less interesting. I would just say it's kind of like a lot of series are in a transition point, I feel. So, you know.
Yeah, all the series were popping off, and they need a not pop off week, you know? They just need to chill.
Yeah, they're just on the incline.
Because
in terms of
I remember
pacing.
there was a week that was... I remember there was a week that was action fucking packed. There was a week that everything was slapping. So...
Yeah. But this is One Piece chapter 1008. Leader of the Atayama Thieves Brigade, Ashura Doji. Okay, so last we left off, the Akazaya 9 woke up to realize that Odin has basically saved them. Or they think that Odin saved them. And he's like, haha, I've come to help you guys. And everybody's like, oh my god, Odin's alive! Oh my god! And I theorized last week that it was like the fox from way back that can transform into things and was protecting Odin's sword. I thought he came up, turned into Odin, and saved them for some reason. But, you know, it turns out I was wrong. As everybody's just like very thrilled. And everybody's like, oh my god, he's here. And then Ashura Doji immediately is like, not so fast. He's got to be a fake. And, yeah, he's thinking, wait a minute. What are you talking about? He's right there. He's right before our eyes, Kinemon is like. And Raizo is like, remember what Toki said? And Toki, he says that mankind cannot return to the past. Toki had the power to go into the future, but Lord Odin died that day. If he would have traveled to the future, that truth would never change. So he was just he was kind of confused about it. And at that point,
no way.
Yeah, there's no way he's alive, essentially. He got shot in the fucking face. That kills you even in the One Piece world. It's probably the only way to kill someone outside of a lava fist through the heart. So
yeah, apparently.
So this Odin figure just starts drawing his sword as Kinemon's just trying to hold on to hope that this is actually Odin. But Ashura Doji just smacks the shit out of him, and then he slashes Odin, and there's no blood drawn from the slash. And that's when Odin's like, fuck you, and stabs Ashura Doji through the heart. And man, at that moment...
Odin?
Yeah. And at that point, that's when Ashura Doji starts breaking down, and he's like, we all feel the same way. We all wanted it to be him. And I'm like, oh.
I wanted it to be him, too.
Didn't we all? And
when he started talking about Toki, I was like, oh, man, that's a good point. Damn.
Yeah. And it turns out that this thing is actually just it's a painting of Kanjuro who's still alive, but on kind of death's door.
A really good painting, mind you. This guy's an asshole.
Yeah, it's a... You remember
really
that?
Ain't about shit.
You remember when he revealed he was actually a really good artist? That's the fucking... Oh my god, that is the pettiest like undercover move to use your non-dominant hand to draw and use your powers. So, yeah, everybody's just like, Kurozumi, Kanjuro reveals through the Odin painting that he's like, I'm on death's door, I'm deeply wounded, but I will die having pierced the very heart of the Kozuki clan. And, yeah, Kanjuro's going after Momonosuke. So, damn. And that's not all. Apparently, this fucking drawing is also strapped with dynamite. So Ashura Doji makes the ultimate sacrifice play, and he just like bum rushes the fucking Odin clone, and just sacrifices himself as the Odin clone explodes outside, him screaming to never defile Kozuki Odin again. He explodes, and I'm pretty certain that Ashura Doji is dead now.
No.
Yeah, man. Big respects up to one of the original 9.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, he's one of the cooler ones.
Bro, he died to a painting, though, bro. I was a little upset about that.
I mean, you know, he had
Kondro right now could draw another picture of him and defile Kozuki Odin.
I mean, Kondro seems to only have the strength to kill this little boy. So if anybody crosses his path, he's dead. Because he doesn't have enough power to fight back against anybody. I don't think he has any power to defile Kozuki Odin again.
No, I hope not. Or Ashura would really, his death would really be in vain.
Yeah. So yeah, Kinemon gets fucking tight and he dashes for the door. But unfortunately he runs into fucking Jack, who finally makes it over to their room. And this whole thing kind of begs the question still, just on a side note, then who did heal them? Like, who was really tending to them? Because it wasn't this painting. Because why would this painting do that? It's real bizarre. But in any case, Jack shows up and Dogstorm is like, we only need one of us to take this guy, so you guys go ahead. And he allows the Akazaya 9 to escape, and Dogstorm is going to take on Jack on his own. They're both wounded, so it's kind of like an even battle. And then we get a pretty big bombshell. As we cut to another room, there's a fire that broke out in the castle, and it turns out the person who lit it was the Shogun Orochi.
This fucking guy.
Yeah, I knew that bitch wasn't dead.
Ooh, Oda, this wasn't one of your best ploys.
This was a good one. I mean, I guess I don't think he died. I don't think he lived because he's a Hydra, but because
we already know he's not a Hydra, okay?
Kozuki Odin revealed that like paintings don't bleed. I don't think Orochi bled when he got his head cut off, so I think he had Kanjuro.
Wait, so that was wow, I didn't even think that he was a Kanjuro painting.
Yeah.
You think so?
I didn't even think about that possibility, honestly. He got me there.
Yeah. A good one.
I don't think I've even seen anybody theorize that it was a Kanjuro painting.
Yeah. So he's still around and being a dickhead, but at least he's not on Kaido's side anymore. So he's just out here trying to ruin everything for everybody, which I guess is not terrible for the Straw Hat side, I guess. Meanwhile, we cut back to Momonosuke and Yamato talking, and yeah, Momonosuke is back to being a kid. He has a heart. He's better at controlling it than he used to be, so he was able to revert backwards. And yeah, at that point, Yamamoto is like, "Wow, if your powers really work like my dad's, then you could really help everybody." But you know, she's excited to go up and fight Kaido herself at some point, so that's pretty cool. And it's revealed that Momonosuke knows that Luffy is greatly weakened, but he still finds somehow. And obviously because he has like Haki. I'm sure he has like observation Haki, and he can sense Luffy from above. Speaking of which, on the rooftop of Onigashima, we cut back to the battle. Luffy is sent backwards. Luffy, Zoro, Kid, Killer, and Law are all just in a line, just thinking about what they're going to do. They're just like, shit.
And much to my surprise, Zoro didn't finish the conflict already. Interesting.
Yeah, weird how Zoro just didn't single-handedly defeat Big Mom and Kaido. Like,
must be part of the plot.
I mean, looks like
I don't know, Oda.
Like
you're kind of
plot armor.
Yeah,
Kaido, you're kind of falling asleep here. I mean, Oda, you're kind of falling asleep here.
Yeah,
bud.
Looks
you
like
got a GG machine standing there. You can't just freak. You have to write some type of story about that. You can't just act like he's not there.
I'll tell you what. I think Zoro's just concerned that if he if he uses all his power, he might kill everybody else on this rooftop as well. You know, so he's like, I got to think of a way to get these guys out of here.
I don't know if you guys remember, but there was this scene in Kill Bill which he goes back to the girl goes back to Japan to go get a sword from the dude, and after everything's said and done, he hands it to her, and he's like, "Man, like I made an oath to God that I would never make a sword again. So if you run into God along your path, I hope you cut him down with this blade or something like that." I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, I remember that.
But yeah, bro, I bet Zolo could do that. I bet he could cut God.
Yeah.
Right,
I mean, he's trying to cut anything. So that's
anything, bro.
But yeah, the chapter ends where we actually finally get to see Kaido's half human, half beast form, and it is pretty cool. He's got multiple horns. He's got scaly skin, but a human body. Big Moms is just chilling on the cloud as per usual, and yeah, they look like. Everybody's just thinking like we got to split them apart, I guess, because both of them together is just too OP at this point.
Yeah, they synergize too well, huh?
Yeah, Luffy's not with no plan. His whole plan is to just continue to bum rush them until it works. But yeah,
Nigga said, "Hell is my home territory."
Ooh, yeah, that's a boss line. I'll tell you what. Like
right?
Eustace Kid says that with the two of them standing side by side, it looks like we're in hell. And Luffy says that suits me just fine. I've been to hell and back a few times already. It's home territory. And Kaido's like, "Whoo, that's a straw hat." Sheesh. All right, cold line. Yeah, pretty cool line from Luffy, honestly.
It's called partner, but it should be called gangster time.
I mean, that honestly solidified it for me as the chapter of the week. It also didn't hurt that it was the one I saved for last.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, very fun chapter to read. I'm very into it. Luckily, One Piece is not off next week. So
nice.
We get consecutive One Piece chapters for maybe another week, and then it's off again. But
we don't deserve it.
Yeah, we're not worthy. But